Greetings, Mr. Chair. Mindy. Hill with the DCVoice.com. At the present, FCC doesn't have jurisdiction over video programming that hasn't been shown on television. Will the FCC extend its jurisdiction to digital online? Streaming, particularly with regulations to close captioning.
Thank you. I think that's a question we have to ask the next administration.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Mindy Hill with the DCVoice.com. Does the FCC plan on extending its jurisdiction beyond news stations? To video online streaming companies? So when it comes to closed captioning?
So in jurisdiction to online video sources with respect to closed captions. That's an issue that we haven't taken a look at. In the last week, I will have to come back to you, I'm afraid, on the answer. I can't make. A comment at this time. I'm sorry.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, to where everything's an argument. Yes, let me turn my spotlight on. Yes. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's lights, camera. It's time for some action. Yes, indeed. Shall we say it's Get Out, The Twilight Zone, or Land Cast Her Out, Pennsylvania? I don't know. I don't know. But I do know today we are back for Everything's an Argument, where guess what? We can agree to disagree that guess what? This podcast is number one already. Even if we don't have a million viewers tuned in. I mean, it just goes to show you that, hey, we're bringing the heat. We're bringing the heat. Yes, we're bringing the heat. So, hey, I'm not sure what else, anyone else is not doing, but tune in to Everything's an Argument. So maybe you can definitely get some pointers. Yes, well, I'm back. Have my Hollywood mug. I did purchase this in California. I did, so it's very official, you know. And we're back with some jasmine tea. And this is my favorite, by the way. So I'm glad to be back with my favorite. Yes, this is such a great time. Great time. Oh, and I tell you, how are you guys doing out there? You know, I'll say the wind god has not left Washington, D.C. Yes, since the inauguration, the wind god has not left. I mean, the forces are out there. The wind god is definitely shown up, and today is blowing, you know, just blowing everything forward. Yes. So, we started the show with a different type of introduction. Excuse me. Yes, so that was the glitch versus the gag. And be sure to go and, watch the remainder of that. And, I want to start the podcast off on a high note, on some great vibes. And we'll read a quote from this book. It always seems impossible until it's done. That's right. Usually I don't do quotes, you guys. Honest and true, I do not do quotes, but because this is a book and today, is special. So, all right. Ben Hogan, a golf player. Yes. Working hard, working hard. It says, if you can't outplay them, outwork them. Yes. So if you cannot outplay them, let's get this in the, yeah, here we go. If you cannot outplay them, outwork them. Oh, this is spectacular for today, I tell you. Yes, yes, outwork them. That's what you have to do, and right now you have to put your best effort forward and get to work. Yes, it requires action. Yes, it requires action. It really does. And I just want to share on some action note. Um, I wanted to share a piece that I did, and this comes from Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta. How about it? How about that? The ATL. Yes. All right. And be sure to check out the website. Also, you can always find where I've been lately. This is where all the action happens, where I've been lately, and it'll take you there. So, where I've been lately, I did go to Atlanta. Yes, the Peach State. Yes. And this title of this article is A Festive Pathway to Little Five Points in Atlanta, Georgia. And yeah, these are some, oh, look at the images, you guys. These are really great. You can, feel free to go ahead on and check them out, you know. Um, yeah, this is a great read also. Don't forget that, it's also a great read. You got to scroll down, scroll on down, and you'll be able to, get a feel for yeah, what the article is all about and things like that. So be sure to yeah, check that article out. It's on my website. And if you click the link in the bio on Twitter, it'll take you there. And once you get to the website, if you just click on the tab where I've been lately, and that'll take you to all of the great action, that where I've been. Well, let's get on into today's topics of discussion. Yes. So today we're going to start off with some agriculture news. Yes. And oh, hold on one second. Let me go and get this. All right. Yes. 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 I had to excuse me for a second. Yes, I had to go and get this for today's agriculture news. So before I share this beauty here, yes, this is so beautiful, isn't it? Yes, it's so beautiful. So before I share that, I want to share this agriculture news. And the unidentified medical professional. Yes, Bill Gates is reportedly the largest farm owner in America. Can you believe it? Me either. This achievement was conquered during COVID. Yes. I'm not sure the black farmers' crops are able to cope nor compete with this portfolio land grab. How about that? In the meantime, going to purchase a plant, such as this. I named this plant Blue's Hideaway because this is where he likes to go and hide sometimes when he's just roaming around, flying around doing his thing. So this is Blue's Hideaway. This is what I named this plant. Yeah, so I believe it was probably about $2. So all of it combined together probably cost about $5, including the pot. I think the pot was the most expensive. I don't have the price tag on it to see. But yeah, it probably might need a new pot, a bigger size because it's expanding, it's growing. So you might want to go ahead on and go to like Home Depot or Ace Hardware or your farmers markets. Yes, don't forget the farmers market or your local farmer, and get you a little plant for your house and start. This can help usher in that self sustainability project. With growing your own foods and things like that. But don't forget to support your local farmers and your local farmers markets. That is always important. Yes, and I'm a strong, strong advocate and supporter of farmers markets and the local market. Yeah. And I also am, um, my family is into farming too. So that's where all that connection comes in. Um, oh, let's see. My browser lost connection. How did it? We are okay. It says we're still here. All right. Okay. Oh, there we go. We're back. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we didn't go too far off. So, all right. Let's see here. Are we still on? Yeah, we are. Okay, let's see something. Okay, you can still hear me. So we're going to just hold off 1 second with the cam. Okay. Well, it's stopped, but that's okay. All right. Well, moving on into some politics news. Yes, so moving right along into some politics news. President elect Joe Biden, he signed an executive order strengthening Americans' access to quality, affordable health care as of today. So, whatever that translates as, that is something you might want to look into. Let's just check this camera out really quick. Okay. Oh, let's see. All right, give me 1 second here. All right, we bring the camera back up. All right. Okay, so there we are. We are back. We are back. Great. So we were on our politics segment of the podcast where everything's an argument, but we can always agree to disagree. Yes, so today, President elect bid in Joe Biden signed executive order to strengthen Americans' access to quality, affordable health care as of today. On yesterday, January 27th, it was a memorandum on restoring trust in the government through scientific integrity and evidence based policy making. And it says, it is the policy of my administration to make evidence based decisions guided by the best available science and data. Wow. Well, I guess we all better get to studying. Oh, goodness, I tell you. Another executive order on tackling the climate crisis at home and abroad. He also signed an executive order on racial equality. It said it is over the course of the past year that the blinders had been taken, come off the nation of the American people. Okay, so they use the 8 minutes and 46 seconds of the um, murder of or killing of George Floyd to solidify their executive order for racial equality. I'm just hoping those 46 seconds are not any type of symbolic or significance to the president elect becoming the 46th president, considering he brought much trauma and police brutality. But it also amassed the You Ain't Black vote. Yeah. hmm So that's who secured the seat. I mean, by the way, how long did it take to sign those executive orders in one day? Did your press secretary keep time of that? That's something you might want to keep time of. Time. Time is important. Time and space. We're dealing with time and space right now. We're on this podcast, this internet connection. I'm bringing this to you live right now. So this is very important. We need to understand where we are at, time and space. And right now, under the Biden administration, I'm just led to believe time and space is something that they have to get acclimated in, because again, this is a glitched out election. And what we also might want to consider during this administration, I have my favorite book. Yes, you might want to go ahead on and get you a copy of the Declaration of Independence along with the United States Constitution and see how the United States Constitution is applicable in a President elect Biden administration. You might want to see about this, because at the end of the day, this is the only protection that you have before any type of racial equality can come about. But anyway, um, what about the other families that came before George Floyd that have lost their lives? Did you guys take account of how many minutes and seconds they were in that traumatic situation before they took their last breath? What about Eric Garner? Did you record how many minutes and seconds Eric Garner stated that he couldn't breathe out there? Maybe Al Sharpton has those records. You know, but what's very important is we have to also remember that George Floyd, we are bringing forth this bill in honor of him, but we have yet to understand what happened to the counterfeit $20 bill. That's why allegedly the police were called out because of the counterfeit $20 bill. Well, I guess so long to that $20 bill, because in the meantime, the president-elect Biden administration has figured out that Harriet Tubman deserves to be on the $20 bill now. Yeah, old freedom and racial equality has finally found an equilibrium to justice after all. Who would have known Harriet would have come back? I want to share this clip with you guys. This is perfect, since now Harriet is back, and she is back in a different light, and has some value and credit to her. $20 worth. How about that?
No, not yet. I'm thinking.
Okay, well, I guess the moment sometimes some people call you to ask you about your your connections, your connection ends up turning off sometimes. Whew, I tell you, it's always people love to disturb. I don't get that. Why do you think some people love to disturb and distract so much? Is it because they are bored with their lives? What is it? Distraction is at an all-time high right now. Don't allow it to detour you from your goal and focus in life. It's important. It's a lot of distractions out there, a lot. Well, moving on, we have to keep it going, keep it going. Yes, yes. And we were on our politics point of the segment, and we also have a couple bills that Congress have introduced. Yes, pay for all of that. You know, I don't think they have. Well, we have Senate Joint Resolution 3, a resolution proposing an amendment to the Constitution of the United States relative to limiting the number of terms that a member of Congress may serve. Yes, I am in support of this. This was sponsored by Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. Yeah, that is great. So they also have a Senate Joint Resolution 4, a resolution proposing an amendment to the Constitution to require that the Supreme Court of the United States be composed of no more than 9 justices. Yes, and this was introduced by Marco Rubio. Yes. And we have one more senator, Senate Bill 22, a bill designated to designate the mountain at Devil's Tower National Mountain, Wyoming, as Devil's Tower. And this was introduced by Senator Cynthia Loomis in Wyoming. Yes. And Senator Tom Cotton introduced Senate Bill 33, a bill to amend Title 18 to the United States Code by increasing the maximum term of imprisonment for offenses of rioting and other purposes. And we have House Resolution 24, which was sponsored by Representative David Cicilline, and it says impeaching Donald John Trump, President of the United States, for high crimes and misdemeanors. And we have Representative Hank Johnson, who introduced House Resolution 14, censuring and condemning President Donald J. Trump for attempting to overturn the results of the November 2020 presidential election in the state of Georgia. Yes. Well, as we have it, we also have to remember the Constitution grants American citizens the right to participate in the election process. Now, if the Dominion voting system was responsible for documenting our vote, but a lot of votes are unaccounted for. So we are not certain that this election season right now in the president elect Biden administration is 100% lawful. It still has a further investigation to be done because, again, this is what ensures and protects our rights. Yes, sis, I am back in action. Yes, they cannot stop me. You understand? They can't stop me even if they wanted to. They can't stop me even if they wanted to. They better get with the program. This is 5G. And guess what? They better figure out how to operate on this frequency because I'm not stopping. But yes, so back to the Constitution. Yes, so we want to always keep this Constitution because this is what grants us. Even though they have introduced an executive order for racial equality, without this Constitution, guess what? No racial equality, no nothing stands. Because what is it bound to? An executive order. I mean, it looks to be an executive order doesn't have that much power after all. If you can go in there and just sign them all off on one day from what a previous president has established. And by the way, how do any of those executive orders benefit the American people right now, today, right now? And another thing we'll be able to figure out once again, how long did it take to sign those executive orders? By the way, did we ever figure out what time that they invaded the Capitol? You know, and what other footage do we have going around other than, the same scenes? That way we can get a different take and outlook, and we can kind of see for ourselves just what took place out there, because it's so many different accounts. But we always have to remember we are dealing in an election glitch administration. So you have to be mindful of the information that's coming out. This is definitely going to be an interesting time. We have about roughly 50 weeks left of the president elect administration. So, the first 2 weeks, I guess you survived. We're here. We're here. We're here. I'm not sure who's all in favor of the new administration, but guess what? You can allow your voice to be heard. I guess you'll be sending you a memo to Congress because, again, Congress still has us denied. The access still is denied. The American people are still being held out. The wall is still up for the American people. Meanwhile, the borders are open. So, what does that go to show you? Who really cares about the American people right now? Certainly not the unidentified medical professional Bill Gates, who's conquered all of that farmland right now during the crisis. I mean, goodness gracious. I tell you, I'm glad I have my Hollywood mug today, you guys. That way, it's, it's okay. I could just think about Hollywood. Not that I want to, because it's not too much coming out of Hollywood. Have you taken a have you looked at that, paid attention? I guess Harvey has really shut down everything out there, and here is where it's happening. Here in Washington is where everything is happening. Yeah, but we can't have any more of those scandals here. Oh no, we can't deal another 4 years with those scandals. No, keep that over in Hollywood. We don't want that here in Washington. It's enough. They don't like to work here in Washington. They just sat there and reversed all of that work that President Don T had done. You know, that's why they were after him because he was working for the people. Now look at Congress. Congress has us all locked out. We can't even get access into Congress. You know, everything's closed. Congress closed, the courts closed. And speaking of the courts, you guys, I tell you, I I don't know. My package arrived in Lancaster out, Pennsylvania. Yeah, they really want to cast me out here. But this is my home, America. This is my home. You know, God bless America. Yes. Born in the USA. I was listening to that song yesterday and I was just like, you know what? I really like that song. Yes, I was born in the Sunshine State, in the Gold Rush State, I shall say, not the Sunshine, Gold Rush. Yes, in California, I sure was, yes. And I bought that Cali Flair with me, yes, and I have added that Louisiana spice to give it a little sizzle. hmm Yes, indeed. And I tell you, and I have a sidebar for any sensationalist that feels any kind of way in which that they could not produce an original beat. Yes. Get your boots on the ground. I have no problem with delivering a sidebar. Just let me know which, where you would like to have it. If you want some wine, if you want a shot of Hennessy, a shot of cognac, you know, what do you want? But I prefer water, clean water at that. hmm Clean water at that, yes. But yeah, my package is in Lancaster out. They don't want my American literature to get to the Supreme Court, you guys. I'm not sure why, you know, but they wanted to glitch me out. I'm still glitched out. So this is why I can um, talk to you guys from a glitch perspective because I've been glitched out since 2016. So if you haven't been glitched out, you would not know what it's like to function in a glitch administration. Yeah. So I have a firsthand account. Yeah, I do. And it's unfortunate, they wanted to glitch me out. And now that I've produced that American literature, yeah, because that's American literature, you know, and they wanted to make fun of me that it's pro se. But guess what? I don't have a problem with contributing American literature to my home. Yes, so many other um, authors contribute literature and they're not from America, but they sell their books here and things like that. So, I mean, to be from here, be born American, produce American literature, and to get to, I'm trying to knock on the door of the supreme rule of law, but I'm not sure. Uh, we're having a challenge, I guess we will see what's what. But I don't think they deliver for me. That's for sure. They don't. Well, in some tech talk, you guys. Oh my goodness, some tech talk. I tell you, GameStop has officially taken a former president LBJ's famous quote, the buck, or line, shall I say, the buck stops here. Yes, and made it their bottom line. Yes, they have really taken over. Well, after all, gaming is a really big business here in the United States. Gaming is really kind of a bigger business than education. And I don't know if you find out during the online learning sessions that some of your children may have been tuning into a Roblox game or some other type of Minecraft game or something like that to keep themselves engaged, considering a lot of the teachers weren't able to keep the students engaged and, you know, get them ready for this 21st century. But GameStop certainly has figured out that formula. Yes, indeed. They have figured out that formula. And yeah, I guess the games should only um, stay within that sphere, and not cross over into people's lives. Yeah, because you don't want to play games with people's lives. No, 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 no. That's something really precious. and that's endowed by their creators. So you don't want to play games with people's lives. You want to at least let the markets stockpile up on GameStop, and go ahead on and cash those stocks in and move on to the next one. But I guess GameStop has certainly um, solidified a new market trend. Yeah. And I'm glad that we talk about, during this Tech Talk segment, we talk about gaming and things like that. And some of my friends, I guess, after all, you see why I've been asking about what's the latest games. I mean, I didn't know that this was going to happen. I don't go to GameStop, but I might certainly want to consider that stock. I was checking out Robinhood the other day, just seeing what's that site is all about, but I'm not sure it's going to exist anymore. I don't know. We shall see. Well, thanks for tuning in to take three of Everything's an Argument, where we can agree to disagree. That guess what? This podcast is off to a great, tremendous start. I tell you, I'll have to get in touch with T Mobile pretty soon, though, to make sure we have that seamless connection. That seamless connection is important, especially in the 5G spectrum. We don't want to be interrupted. Why should this podcast, Everything's an Argument, be interrupted? The people want to hear what we have to say. Yes. So until next time, you guys, well, we'll be back next month. Yes. And guess what? We'll be celebrating that Melanin Magic Month. That's right, Black History Month. And I'll be celebrating myself next month. Yeah, stay tuned for the great excitement that I'll have to deliver next month for Black History Month. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Take Three, where everything's an argument. But guess what? We can agree to disagree. Have a thankful Thursday. Peace.